Hey guys, how's it going? James here from Audio.etc. Behind me, I've got some pretty cool Rockford Fosgate gear that I need to unbox and have a look at. It's the first time I've ever had hands on any of the models of the stuff that I've got behind me. But before I get into that, I want to kind of prepare you guys a wee bit. I've got a fairly busy week coming up next week, so it's Friday, and all of next week can be hectic. I haven't got a whole heap of jobs, but the ones that I do have are going to be interesting. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to try and push myself and test to see if I can pull this off or not. I'm basically going to do a Doug Bernards. I'm going to make a video every single day next week, and possibly a wee bit longer even after that, because I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to coordinate filming to film each one of these individual jobs separately. They're all going to overlap. It's going to be crazy, messy, interesting. Who knows what's going to happen. So next week, going to have whole heaps of jobs, and then that following week, and who knows how much longer, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to do this job, I'm going to be installing that Rockford Fosgate sound system, which I've yet to show you guys and unbox. So let me show you what I got coming up. This is why I'm going to try and do the weekly thing, because it should be an interesting week. So Monday, I've got a Hyundai Tucson, which to begin with doesn't sound, that crazy. I'm installing a Sony double-din stereo with navigation and reverse camera. I'm also installing a CB aerial and an Uga horn, like Urg. And that's not a huge issue, but the funny thing about this car is that car doesn't have a double-din slot. So it's taking one of these stereos, and it has a hole about that big. So I have to cut up the dash and try and slot it in there. So we'll just see how well that goes. Now that's probably the least interesting job of the week. Following that, I've got a Porsche 911 for some 6.5-inch components and 4x6s. Following that, I've got another Porsche 911. That's two Porsche 911s in 1 week, which I'm installing a supplied stereo that the guy's given me. It's like an old school style one that has Bluetooth and everything. So he is, and that guy's actually having 2 cars done. Oh god, Pat's gone and booked something else. That same day I'm apparently also doing an Alfa Romeo 156 for a stereo. We'll see how that goes. That's Wednesday. Thursday, I'm finishing off that Porsche 911 and moving over to the customer's next car, a Datsun 260Z. I'm not even sure what year actually, but it's an oldie, and it needs a stereo installed and a set of speakers, which is going to be entirely custom because it hasn't got any speakers at the moment, so I'm going to have to come up with some interesting way to mount some in there. And he says he wants them looking tasteful, which basically means that my neck is on the line if it doesn't look good. And then Friday I'm continuing the Datsun. So even though it's not that many jobs, I just thought, well, let's try and do some filming and do like a daily vlog thing for all of next week and see what I get up to. Between the 2 Porsche 911s and an old Datsun and now an Alfa, and also that Hyundai Tucson, which I'm going to have to hack the dash up, I think it should be some interesting content. And then the following weeks, it won't be consistent because I'm working on this job around everything else. Like, we're having the car for as long as we need it to get the job done, and we're giving the customer a huge discount. He's almost not paying for labor because he's buying such awesome gear. Let's go unbox this Rockford Fosgate system. And I want to see, it's going to be a really hard thing to ask, but try and guess what sort of car I'm going to be putting this stuff into. I might as well give you some kind of hint, because you can't just pick the right car out of the blue. All I can really tell you is that it's a popular American car. Is that enough information? I don't know. It's probably a really hard one to guess. I'm sure there's lots of popular American cars. Oh well, just throw the challenge out there just in case. Now, in these boxes, some interesting stuff, hopefully. So here's something I haven't done in a while. Head strap mount, POV mode. Get the packing slip out of here first. I'll check that off in a minute. Now, where do I want to start? Start with this one. Cardboard. What is all this? Oh, what does that say? Okay, cardboard. Rockford Fosgate power amplifier T1000-1BD. Rockford Fosgate power T600-4. 2 very awesome amplifiers. Now you can probably guess already what's in this. Rockford Fosgate power. I'm gonna have to tip this box upside down to get this out. Shunk. Box. I'm just too excited to open this up. I don't even care about those. I want to see this thing. I'm like super excited to open these up because I've had to wait a week to open them because we wanted to almost guarantee the car was coming in for the job before I opened all this up in case it had to all go back, which would have been very sad, but it's coming in on Monday, so we're pretty sure it's happening, so I can open this. By the way, it's a Rockford Fosgate Power T1 D212. So dual 2 voice coil, 12-inch subwoofer, Mr. Sticker. How do you get this thing out? Looks like you tip it again. Let's do that. Oh God, I want to see this thing. And this needs to fold like this. Okay. Screws. What is that? Ooh, that's cool. It comes with a voice coil jumper plug. 4 ohms, 1 ohms. That's interesting. I love it when they come with that and you don't have to like do parallel wiring and shit like that. Oh my God, big sub. This may not be big for you guys, but this is big for me. I love that these subs come with a grill. That's awesome. Let's have a look at this beast. Okay, oh my God, it's heavy. And of course I have to get it out of its wrapper. Ooh. Flexi, nice. Oh, okay, so it comes with, it's got a little jumper lead here, so we take this out, and I know already we're going to be setting this to 1 ohm, so I'm just going to do that now. This flicks around, goes in like that, and so that one on the side there must have been a spare. Man, these are actually fuses, shit. There we go, now it's in 1 ohm. And then you've got 2 big 8-gauge connectors at the bottom here. Okay, here we go. Now, it's a wee bit silly to do the Steve Mead over your head challenge, so let's see if I can. One hand. Okay. How much does this weigh? I'd say that'd be at least 10 kilos on its own. Surely. Don't think it actually says on here, unless it's got like a net weight or something. Oh well, who cares? But yes, this is the Rockford Fosgate T1 D212, 12-inch subwoofer, 1 ohm. It's 1,000 watts RMS, I think. Where are the specs? And it's 800 watts RMS, 1,600 watts peak. So it's going to be pretty well matched to the 1,000 watt amplifier. Yeah, here's interesting information about flipping the things around. Okay, so that's one of the awesome products. Let's put the grill on it as well. We might as well. This thing is going to go here, like that. Subwoofer and amplifiers. Let's open these things up next to each other. Do we need? No, we don't. We don't need the knife. Okay, birth certificate. T604. Rated power 600 watts. Actual power. I love that Rockford Fosgate give you a birth certificate. Now this is at what? Total harmonic distortion 0.026%. So less than 0.1% harmonic distortion. Less than 0.005. No, less than 0.05% total harmonic distortion. Actual power 118 watts by 4 at 4 ohms, which would be what we're doing. So that's going to have some decent, oh my God. This is pretty. Okay, guys, I've only ever had the opportunity to work with Rockford Fosgate punch amplifiers and mini power amplifiers. You like the micro ones, that like the 5-channel that I got in my car. But this is the big boy 4-channel amp. I think this is the most powerful 4-channel amp they do. No, it's not. They do a 250 watt RMS one as well, and a 150 watt RMS one as well. So it's actually a small one as far as Rockford Fosgate goes. Nice. Has it got, where's the gains? Oh, gain. Hey, what? I thought this had clean on it. I thought this had clean circuitry. I could be wrong, but I thought these power ones are supposed to have clean circuitry set up. Where are you? Oh, maybe it's only the micro 4-channel amps that have the clean circuitry set up. Only the punch and the small power amps. Oh, well that's annoying, but not a big deal. I'll just have to tune it the old-fashioned way by power of ear. because I can't afford DD1s and DD1 pluses and OM1s and all those awesome Steve Mead products. Maybe someday with your help on Patreon I will. That's cool. All right, let's, okay, there's the 4-channel. Now the monoblock. How much power does she have? So this is a 1000 watt amp, but at 1 ohm, which is what we're gonna be running, it's actually a 1500 watt amp. So this amp puts out nearly continuous the maximum power of that subwoofer, which is perfect. Double the power is always good. And that is at 0.0136 total harmonic distortion. So that's a wee bit higher than the 4-channel, but if you imagine we took this down to less than 0.1% total harmonic distortion, this would still be easily 1000 watts continuous, which is still more than what that sub needs. Cool, powerful amp. Hello, pretty. Let's get you out of here. It's quite small for a 1000 watt amp, I have to say. It's actually smaller than I expected. There we go, there's the 2 amps next to each other. They're the exact same height. I'm actually surprised. Oh, it's because this is a D-class amp. Well, it's actually a BD, boosted digital, if that's correct. And this is gonna be like a complete analog A/B class 4-channel amp. Because the thing is, this amp has actually got a rating, a current rating of 150 amps. Like, it recommends you put a 150 amp fuse with this one, and this one only takes an 80 amp fuse. But look, the 4-channel's bigger. By like, yeah, a whole chunk. That's interesting. That just shows you the power, or the, that just shows you the advantage of D-class. Anytime you can have D-class, or BD, or BDCP, or any of those awesome technologies that Rockford Fosgate do, so worth it. Awesome. So yeah guys, there's our awesome Rockford Fosgate gear. I know it doesn't look like much, but it excites me. I've never touched these things before until today, and I'm super excited to install these into the car. So you're probably wondering what other gear we're putting with it. Obviously you can't just have 2 amps and a sub and call it a day. First of all, you need a head unit. The head unit that we're installing is the Alpine UTE 62BT. Just a single DIN head unit at this stage. He is actually quite keen on maybe one day getting a double DIN head unit installed, but here's another clue, that will involve getting a new dash. This is an awesome head unit, has high voltage pre-outs, really good DAC, and it's got like a 24 or 28-bit DAC, plays FLAC files. You can change the color on it, which is awesome. It's a mechless unit, so no CD player. He's decided that he just wants to be able to play it off his phone. He doesn't need discs. So that's the head unit, but what do we need? We need speakers. This won't really give too much away, but Rockford Fosgate Power Series T1 components and coaxials. So we've got the T16S and the T16. The only other thing that we really have in stock that's going in this car, it may not even be these ones, but we're going to use Rockford Fosgate RCAs. May not be these ones though, because this is a 20-foot set and I don't know how long the RCAs are going to be. So once I know how long they're going to be, since we've got the car for a long time, I'm just going to order the correct length ones. Rockford Fosgate RCAs. Power cable, it's probably going to be a piece of 0 gauge power cable with a big ANL fuse in it, 250 amp fuse, going down to another smaller distribution block which has a couple of mini ANL fuses which send 4 gauge off to each amp. Pretty standard. The box, we're not using a prefab box, come on. I'm going to be custom building a box for this car, and I think it's going to be like the only one of its kind for this car, because this car, it has, let me put it this way, this car often gets an aftermarket sub custom installed into it, but in a very specific way. But I'm going to take that design and make it better. It's going to be legendary. First go as well. Not going to fuck it up. It's that simple. So yes, I will be custom building a box for this sub. We have some wood, may need to get some more. Then I'll be carpeting it, upholstering it. I will be trying to build like a amp beauty rack for these amps to be on display. I want them to be on display. Here's another clue about the car. We have to build the box in such a way that it still allows the roof to go in the boot. That's a big clue. If you know what car the roof can come off and goes in the boot, you may know what car I'm talking about now. Obviously there's more than one, but you might be getting close. We're talking an American car that takes coaxials and components, single DIN head unit, but a double DIN would require a new dash, and the roof goes in the boot. you might know what car I'm talking about. And you know that it often gets aftermarket subs put in a very specific way. Or I could just be talking to the camera, assuming you guys know what I'm talking about, and you may have no clue whatsoever. But I'm confident because more than 50% of you guys are in the USA. I know, I look at the analytics, more than 50% of you in the USA, so you guys should have these cars and you should know what I'm talking about. The only reason, like this may seem strange to you guys, but the only reason I'm putting emphasis on the American car thing is American cars in New Zealand are actually rarer than you think. They're not like so rare that if one rolls down the street you all flock to it, but they're just not common. New Zealand typically gets all of Japan's leftovers. Like I'd say 60% of the cars in New Zealand would be Japan, the next 30% would be European, and then 10% would be American. Like literally 10% of New Zealand's cars are American cars. So seeing them is a wee bit special. It's fun to work on them every now and again, and often they're left-hand drive, which is something totally different as well. In saying that, it's interesting because this car that I'm about to do this job on is right-hand drive, but it's still American. But it does, I don't know, was it converted to right-hand drive? Do you do that? Do you convert them to right-hand drive, or did the manufacturer actually make them in right-hand drive versions as well? I don't know. It's not from Japan, it's straight from the USA. You guys, if you want to know what car it is and you still don't have a clue, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that when I start uploading this coming week and showing you the car, because it's going to be here on Monday, then you'll be notified. So do it. If you guys want to know what car this is before anyone else, I have just made a video and posted it to Patreon explaining what car it is, how it's going to be installed, what I've got coming up. If you want to know before everyone else, go into Patreon, become a Patreon of mine. All you have to do at the bare minimum is give me $1 a month. $1. That's all I ask. And you can have all the updates and insights and behind the scenes stuff. Link will be up here. Go check it out. That's pretty much all the stuff that we have in stock that will go in the car. Still have to order some things like fuse holders and RCAs and more peripherals here and there. But this is the majority of the gear. So I'm really looking forward to doing this. I wonder if I can show you guys any of my designs. Nah, you know what? I think I'm going to save it for... It's just a real quick look. Whoop! I'm going to save it, I think, for when you guys see the car. I'll tell you what it is, what I'm going to do then. So yeah, that's this video, guys. I hope you're excited for next week. I am super excited for next week. Of course, my attitude might change once I start getting into it and realizing that I'm in for a rough ride. And I might start sounding a bit more like this and depressed and pissed off at the world and cars that fucking just won't. But I'm being positive for now. I really, really can't wait to do this sound system. It's going to be so cool. He came to me like this. He said, I've got a budget and I want you to make the loudest system you possibly can. I said, well, that's that sorted. We're using Rockford Fosgate amplifiers. I mean, so yes, that's something else I didn't really mention before. He wants an SPL system. Well, not so much SPL, not so much SQ, he just wants it to be loud because the car is actually just coming from the panel beaters. It's going to be not a show car, but it's going to be show worthy, if you know what I mean. So it's going to look really awesome, sound fucking awesome, be super loud, pretty damn bassy, but he's not going to enter it in shows. He just wants it to be good enough to be in a show. So that is the good news I have for you guys. Hope you're looking forward to it. I certainly am at this point. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to support me in any way, please go over to my Patreon page and follow me or give me some money. That'd be awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Choose to be happy, and I'll catch you on Monday. Well, you'll see it Monday night, hopefully. Hopefully I can do this, guys. Thanks for watching.